So today we're here at this incredible property, which I haven't seen yet, but I have you here because the price was just lowered on this house by $100,000. Now the reason why is because it's been sitting on the market a little bit of time and it does need some renovations, but this house is in a great community, and on top of that, there's no restrictions for short-term rentals, which means you can rent this house every single night of the year if you like to, or you can chunk out a big piece of the year for yourself, and then the rest of the year you can have the house pay for itself. Now let's go ahead and take a look at it. So what really attracted me to this house when I saw it in the pictures is the vaulted ceilings. As you can see right now, it is a plus and a minus because currently right now it is very old looking, and the wood is not really a nice beautiful wood color. It's actually a little dated. So you can do a lot with this. You can keep the vaulted ceilings and you can actually get that paint in white or maybe in a dark gray or black and really make this place pop, make it really modern. So watch your step here, because we do have a sunken living room, which really isn't something that's done anymore because obviously you can know why, because the guests will probably have one too many drinks and probably fall and you have a lawsuit. So this would have to be fixed. Now there's an easy way to fix this. You can just raise this up and then just level the whole floor, and then you can have maybe a way to just go down to the pool area somehow. You know, that's something that we would think about. We have this beautiful fireplace here, which really isn't used that often because we are in Florida, but a lot of the northeastern people and people who come from Canada, Minnesota, or Germany, wherever you're at in the world where it does get cold, it's nice to have a little piece of home when you come down here to Florida. It does get a little cool in the winter, so nice to have. All right, let's go ahead and check out what we have on this way. And towards the end of the video, guys, I'll give you the price. I'll give you more details about the location. I'll give you some numbers about how much you can make on this property if you do choose to rent it out from the other comparables that we've helped other people get, and some of our friends who own properties in this community, how much they're making and how much you can make on the off season versus the on season, which is during the holidays and the winters. All right, so this room here, not too sure what this room was intended to be or could be, but as you can see, they have maybe I don't know if this is like a
dining table.
Dining table, I guess, or maybe you could use it as a card table. I don't know, because this is definitely not being used properly the right way. I would probably knock out this wall since this is where the kitchen is. As you can see, this kitchen does need a complete gut. We would need to start from zero. But the beautiful thing about this kitchen is we got some big windows here, we got sliders there, we got a skylight over here. So we do have plenty of light that's coming into this room already. We just need to go ham and just start knocking down walls and make this place more open and inviting. So this would be a good project to take on if you want to get a good deal on a property and you want to put your own taste on it. You don't want to pay that premium for a house that's already done, maybe not in the way that you would do it. So this is why I like these homes a lot, because you can really customize it to your preference. So on this side here, we have this long wing with a lot of closets. I know this is always comes in handy when you have a lot of things to store, when you have a lot of clothes and shoes. And we have some of the bedrooms here, so let's go take a look. I don't think these are the masters, I think these are just the smaller ones. So okay, nice size room. Windows are in great shape, so you don't have to worry about spending any money on the windows. And we do have carpet on the floor versus the tile that we have out there, so this would have to be, in my opinion, I don't want to keep carpet. I'd rather have vinyl plank. And here we have another similar size room. So far we're up to 2 bedrooms, and that weird thing that we saw over there, which is probably not anything more than a breakfast nook.
What the heck?
And then here we have this very odd sunken bathtub.
Want to go in there?
Very strange. Look at this thing. I mean, I personally am not a big fan of this thing, but I would rather just have, and I'm not sure why they did it this way. I would personally rather have a stall shower. That's an easy fix. So 1 bath, 2 bedrooms, long hallway, 1980s kitchen, 1980s sunken living room, small breakfast nook. That's what we've seen so far. Walking over to this side, this is where we would have the master. All right. Cool thing about this master is we have, which looks like a fireplace on this side as well, and has a flute in there, so this is real. So you can also have the fireplace on this side. Pretty cool. Nice touch. I haven't seen a bedroom in Naples yet with a fireplace. This is the first time, well, at least a wood burning one.
This is a beautiful dresser.
Yeah. Here we have another flashback to the 80s with all of these old fixtures, old soaking tub, walk-in shower over here. So again, here we would rip everything out and start fresh. So far we're looking at new kitchens and baths for sure, new flooring, definitely paint, some restructuring of the layout in the living room because we don't want to fall to our death in there. And then we have this huge closet, which I'm not sure what. Oh, here it is. Big closet. It's huge. So I know a lot of women love this. You probably get some better closet shelving in here and some shoe
Some
racks.
IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA. You know, whatever. Hook it up with
Or
California
Walmart on a
closets.
budget.
Yeah, when you have a space that big, you have a lot of possibilities. Again, very nice light in here as well. And we have sliders out to the pool, which we'll go out to in just a second. Now let's walk back out to the living room and see if we can head out to the, actually one thing before we go out there. Let's check out the garage, because I know it's very important to a lot of people. Okay, so we have here pretty standard 2-car garage. We have the attic access up here, which will allow you to store a lot of stuff that you don't want around, year round. And we have the washer and dryer here, which doesn't have to stay here. It's just here now. While you're here, and we have an entrance in here as well. It's pretty standard garage, not much to do here, but it's good to have. Now let's go out to that pool because I'm sure you guys are dying to see the view. Yeah, so this is one of the best things of the house is that it sits on a cul-de-sac, at the very end of a cul-de-sac, so it's very private. And behind you, you don't have any neighbors, but you do have a golf course. I'm not sure what hole that is, but I would rather have a golf course than have neighbors because you can put up the hedges a little bit higher if the HOA allows you, which I think would be fine. And you have complete privacy, and you wouldn't have a lot of noise. You wouldn't have to worry about neighbors watching you while you're in your pool because you have a little more privacy. So this is really nice. The pool, definitely a must. When you're buying a home here in Florida, and especially if you're thinking of doing it for short-term rental purposes or an Airbnb, you want the pool because I'm telling you right now, guys, the ROI is definitely worth it. All right, so now that we checked out the house, let's go ahead and break down the numbers. This home is being offered at $675,000. Yeah, there still might be some room for negotiations as long as there's no other offers on the table. But let's look at the numbers, how much income this property could bring in to see if it's worth it, or do we still need to maybe bring the price down a bit or maybe cut back on some of the renovations. So homes of this size and in this area can sell anywhere between $800,000 to $900,000 depending on how well they're renovated. So getting this home at $675,000 still leaves us with a good spread or a good amount of money that we could use for renovations. So if we budget about $100,000 to not maybe go crazy overboard, but maybe just make the home look very nice and presentable. That way when you get an Airbnb guest, they're happy and the home is shown well. It presents very well and they're more likely to come back or even refer you to their friends. So if we do this, how much money can we generate from this home? Well, according to the comparables that I found on Airbnb, which I'll show you guys on the screen right now, homes in this neighborhood can rent in high season anywhere between $400 to $500 per night, which is very good. Now, that's about half of the year, which starts around November and goes all the way through about April. So that's 6 months in which you can get premium dollar for these properties. And during that time, there's very little availability of these homes on the market. They rent out pretty quickly. Your month is pretty much booked up ahead of time. Now, during off season, you can probably get anywhere between $200 to $300 during off season. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with about an approximate $108,000 for that year. Now we know people in there that do upwards of $125,000, but you have to market the home better, get better pictures, and obviously be on the market a little bit longer and become a super host so that way your property is shown to more people. But if we work our numbers off 108,000 and we take off about 25% of that for management in case you don't want to manage it yourself, and expenses such as cleaning fees, repairs, and just miscellaneous items and stock that you may need for the condo or the home, depending on what you do. So that leaves us with about $81,000. Now that $81,000, obviously if you buy cash, that's going all back into your coffers, back into your account. But if you have a mortgage, then you have to backtrack those numbers as well. But according to the numbers we're doing right now, we're approaching close to an 11% return. Now, how can we increase that number? How can we get it closer to 12 or 15%? Well, we can A, either get it for less money, or we can B, spend less money on renovations, or obviously with time, the home will bring in more money because rates go up every year, depending on the demand, but usually we see an uptrend in demand for homes, and we see an uptrend in prices that we can charge for those homes. So with that being said, this home can generate anywhere between 11% currently with the price they're asking, and as high as 15% if we get it for less money and we spend less money on renovations and you manage it yourself. So there's a lot of room here, a lot of wiggle room here for you to play with. Now let's talk a little bit about the area in which it's located in, because some of you may not know this, but in Naples, you are able to do short-term rentals. You are able to do an Airbnb, but not everywhere. A lot of condos have limited their access to you being able to rent these properties to a few times a year. Now, if you're doing a short-term rental business, that's not going to work well for you. But luckily, in this development, there is no restrictions on short-term rentals. There are a lot of short-term rentals here, and it's not likely that those rules are going to change for this development at all. Now, if that's a little bit uneasy for you and you don't want to buy a home that's in a development because the HOA rules can change at any time, well, we do have some pockets where there's still some affordable homes, somewhat affordable homes, that you can do this with as well, that's close to beaches, close to shopping, restaurants, and all the things just like this home is, and can also return a great return on your money. Now, if you guys are interested in this home or any home just like this, the Airbnb market is still very strong in Naples, Florida. It's one of the top markets in the entire country. If you want to learn more about that, go ahead and send me a message. I'll leave a link down below where you can get in contact with me, or you can leave a message in the comments as well. Thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I will see you next time.